Morning. Oh, what was it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Hit 100 degrees up here. That morning was absolutely disgusting. To start off, I think it was like when I walked out of the house at like 5:30. No, it was earlier than that. Anyways, walked out of the house, it's like 73, 74 degrees, which is warm up here for morning temperatures. This morning, 46 degrees. Nice and refreshing. I've been sitting here watching the paving crew coming in. They're walking around with sweatshirts on right now. Well, here waiting. I got here super early. Again, another day I couldn't sleep. So what I might do is I might head out back and scrape out the body a little bit more. Make sure I got everything out. There's only supposed to be a couple rounds today, is my understanding. Well, I think I'll do that. I'll head out back and scrape out the body a little bit more. One thing I forgot to mention in yesterday's video, last load that I hauled to the paver, I was the last load for the job. They shut the job down because it sprinkled enough to make the get the road damp. They're like, oh, it's gonna rain and it's supposed to pour the rest of the day. That one sprinkle that they got was it. We could have continued on and finished the job last night. That gives us something to do today, I would say. Today might be a couple loads, that's about it. To be pushing it to get 3. Alright, let's see if they ground this little error off. I'm not sure if they did yet or not. We got only 9 trucks on today. We got 5 flow boys, 3 triaxles and a wheeler. And no, it has not been ground off yet. So we're gonna have to wait for the milling crew to get out here to get that. Milling crew must have come by and did it before right after I left. Who knows? Well, we're 3,800 feet from the end of the road. How do I know that? That 38 right there. 3,800 feet from the end of the road. I thought I might have gone over this, but I might not have. About how far each one of these loads are lasting. See, I haul 24 ton. I'm going approximately 400 to 600 feet is how far my load goes. We'll find out when I get in the paver. I don't think I'm going to get into the paver right here, but I'll see how far it takes me. We're gonna, this is at 3,800 feet. I might be on hold at the plant. I might be one of the last ones. I don't know yet. But right now, where the road's narrow, and we're using an 8-foot paver, and it's not all that. It's the 400 feet if the road's got some serious, really deep ruts. 600 feet, kind of like this, is pretty flat, so they're just skimming right over it. I could go the 600 feet. There's variables involved. But we get going here because I got the truck behind me that's in the paver right now. Paver operator is flying today. He wants to get done. It's Friday. He wants to go home. I gotta correct myself. I gotta back up to the paver. The guy behind me is empty already. So that was 38. So this one should be, say, 39 on it. So actually, if I back up, I might be 4,000 feet from the end of the road. Yeah, I'm right at the 4,000 foot mark. So I'll tell you exactly how far this load stretches. Just a little tree trimming. Knocked a bunch of leaves off and a tree branch. There's 3,700 feet. We've gone 300. The thing I don't like about this PTO pump is every time I put it in a down position, it kicks PTO tower. Because when I put the body in the down position, it kicks the PTO out. So I gotta constantly, every time I gotta try to, I get done put the body down, I gotta put it, engage the PTO pump again. That was the 3,500 foot mark, so we've gone 500 feet so far. Okay, 34. I'd say we went 550 feet. So kind of like halfway in between 34 and 3,500 feet. Now we're done on Hot Top. Now we're going to go up to Whitefield Pit and haul gravel over to Damascotta. Then grab the broken Hot Top that I hauled off there, me and the other truck. Then we gotta haul that over to Whitefield. This is gonna destroy the fuel mileage today. Well, here is your typical Wiscasset, Maine traffic during the summertime. truck. Well, I figured I'd let you know. I said I needed to run it a good solid week to figure out everything for you. Okay, this week here, the truck averaged about 4.95 miles to the gallon. Just a hair under 5 miles to the gallon. That Damascotta job does not do the fuel mileage any good. That job right there kills fuel mileage. I think Tuesday it was, I worked up there on the 100-degree day. This thing only averaged 3.7 miles to the gallon. 3.73 I think it was for fuel mileage. That was disgusting. But all in all, with paving and everything for the week, we averaged 4.95. Almost just a hair under 5 miles to the gallon. So how much did I spend this week in fuel? $1,007.51, which was a total of 203, I'll call it 204 gallons of fuel. These things are not cheap to run. That's just fuel only. Now that's not, what it usually costs me to run this truck is right around, I'd say, if you include tires, put money aside for oil changes, and just in general trying to bank money for any repairs, it's right around $1.75 to $2 per mile is what it costs me to run this truck. Now if I can sit still on a job site and not burn much fuel, that's even better. That's great. That's where I can try to bank something. But just running down the road, it's almost $2 a mile, like what I'm doing right now. It's what, 20 minutes of 5. We're done for the day up there at the job site. So we're gonna, we got a load of broken hot top that I hauled off Tuesday. Me and another truck, we hauled a bunch off that Route 1. I got a load on right now, bring it down to the shop. I'm gonna go down here, kick it off, dump it, wash out, get ready for Hot Top Monday. Rumor has it we're gonna go to a town called Georgetown. It's out on the island, out on the coast of Maine. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. As far as tomorrow, I don't think there's gonna be a video tomorrow. Sorry about that, I had a sneezing fit. Video tomorrow, I doubt it. Because it's gonna rain. I'm not gonna work on this tomorrow in the rain. Yes, I can pull down this pellet store and work on it, but I think I'll step back because supposedly, hopefully Sunday, we're gonna get that new engine brake assembly on the motor. Well, hopefully that's what I'm hoping for. But let's get down here to the shop, get down to the plant, and we'll kick this load off. Okay, we're home, calling it a day. But I want to go in a little bit more about the fuel on the truck. Me, generally, I would like to try to keep the fuel under 25%. Ideally, anything under 20% of my weekly expenses, or 20% of the weekly gross, I should say, is ideal for me. With the fuel what I spent in fuel this week was 18% of what I brought in. So that was 18% of my gross. I don't know why I'm trying to explain everything like that. But that's what I try to do. I try to keep the bills under a certain percentage so I can put as much in the bank. Because once this truck is parked for the winter, that'd be probably November, December time frame. Once I hit that, this truck stops making money, the bills still have to be paid all winter. My insurance, any repairs I need to do, I'm still gonna have money going out. I need to put everything I can in and try to keep everything balanced and below my budget. The budget I have for it every week works out great. As I said, this was like less than 18% of the gross for the week. So that kept it within budget. And all. So just trying to run a tight ship. Sunday, supposedly Sunday, the engine brake's we're going to replace that engine brake assembly on the motor. It's Sunday morning. We don't have a time frame yet. He's going to let me know. It won't happen tomorrow because it was supposed to pour. I think one of his kids got a baseball tournament this weekend. My daughter does not have a softball tournament, so I want to try to get this taken care of. I want to get it taken care of before something breaks and it's out of the budget. All right, so please like, share, subscribe, comment, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.